Hello Lloyd Seabird High School, this is Mr. Maylander, and today I am going to show you guys how to use WeVideo from start to finish. So the only thing you'll need is your Chromebook, and you'll also need an email address, so that way you can create an account using WeVideo. So we're going to show you how to do it. We'll get you connected online here through Google Chrome. And we are going to go to WeVideo.com. And you guys are going to see this screen. We'll take a quick pause here to make sure everybody's on the same page. Excellent. All right, so all you're going to do is create a new account. So you guys get to learn my first name today. Lucky you. If I can spell it, that is. Okay, and you guys are going to get to a screen that looks like this. Now, this is the important part because WeVideo would like you to pay real American dollars for their product. Assuming that you do not want to pay $4.99 a month, or certainly not $29.99 a month for their product, we're going to scroll all the way down, and there's a little button here that's kind of hidden that says not ready for a subscription. Get started with our Flex plan or sign up with a WeVideo free account. That is the button you guys want to hit. So you guys should not have to pay for this service. So let's go ahead and click there. All right, and we're going to give them just a little bit of information. So we're going to say we're using this for school, and we are a K through 12 student. And then it's going to come to this screen. You can close out of that tutorial, and everybody should be at this screen where it says Get Started and Create New. We're going to take a quick pause to make sure everybody is here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to click on Create New, and this takes us to our main dashboard. Now, the main dashboard has three different sections to it. The first is our toolbars. Our toolbars start off on media, but they also have text, which we're going to get to in a little bit. They have audio. They have transitions, which we're not going to use, and graphics, which we're not going to use. But for right now, let's keep that on media. The next section is our timeline. This is where the magic happens. Our actual video that we put together is going to be put together here on the timeline. And then to preview our video, you're going to use the preview pane, which is over here. But let's go ahead and focus on our first area, which is our media area. Now, right now, we don't have any media that we can put into our timeline. So we're going to remedy that. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to record our very first video. I'm going to show you guys how to do that first, and then we are going to do a demo together. But this one you guys don't need to do yourselves. Just follow along with me. So to shoot a video, we're going to click on the video screen recorder. You guys are going to click here for webcam and continue. And it's going to ask you to install the Chrome extension, which you want to do. So go ahead and click install and add extension. And then once it does, tilt down a little bit. Hi everyone. Now you guys know the voice or the face behind the voice. Once it does, it gets to our record screen. So when we're ready to record, let's just go ahead and hit record. It gives a nice little countdown. And now everything that I say is being recorded. So if we go ahead and play this back, and now everything that I say is being recorded. All right, so there is our complete video. So if we click on save, if you click download, you can save it to your Google Drive. But if you go ahead and click save, it's going to save us to the media window right here. Once it's done processing, it may take a little bit. We could now use that video if we wanted to put into our project. But since this was just demo purposes, I'm going to go ahead and delete this right away. because your guys' screen is going to look exactly like this. All right, this is the audience participation part, so you guys are going to follow along with me. What I want you to do is I want you guys to create a quick video saying your name and your favorite ice cream flavor. So you're going to say your name, first and last name, and your favorite ice cream flavor. Okay, on your marks, get set, go ahead and do that. We're going to take a quick pause here while you guys do that. All right, let's see if you guys did this correctly. If you did, you should see a video with your smiling face in the top left corner here where it says My Media. Should be your video. What I want everybody to do is to go ahead and click on that video and then drag it to the video 1 section of the timeline. So just click on it and drag it down there. All right. Next up, we're going to try the preview pane. The preview pane is where we get to see what's in our timeline and what we just created. So if you click on play, your video will play. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon. You can have your own favorite ice cream flavor, but if it's not Blue Moon, you're wrong.
Excellent. So there's my video. One thing you guys are going to notice is that your video is taking up a really small percentage of the timeline. So you might want to know how to adjust the size of that timeline. All you need to do is take a look at this little viewing thing at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, a little magnifying glass. If you guys don't see it, if it's not there, chances are you just need to scroll down a little bit and it'll be right there. So if you don't see it, just grab your little scroller, scroll down, and there it is. What this will allow us to do is it'll allow us to expand or contract the size of our timeline. So whereas before we were seeing like a whole 2 to 3 minutes of a timeline, now we've got about 30 seconds and our video takes up a lot more space. Okay. Next up on the to-do list is we are going to add text to our video. I'm going to show you guys 2 ways to add text, or 2 reasons why you would want to add text to our video. Let's say the person talking didn't introduce their name. How would we know who the person talking is? Well, we're going to do that by using a text called a lower third super. So go over to your toolbar here and click on the one that's got a little A on it. That's the symbol for text. If you click on that, it's going to come up with all the text that you can add to your presentation. It's got things for motion and it's got things for starter, are the 2 we're going to take a look at. Let's go ahead and add a lower third super so we can identify the person talking. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to do it, and then you guys are going to do this in your videos as well. To add a lower third super, all we're going to do is click on the lower third super, drag it into the video 2 timeline. Okay? So we're dragging it into the video 2 section of our timeline. Now what this is going to do is it's going to put that text over our original video. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
Now, we probably don't want it to say primary text and secondary text. We might want it to say, oh, I don't know, my name. So to do that, we're going to edit our text. To edit text, all you have to do is double click on it, and then it gives you the option to edit your text. So we're going to add my name. All right, let's drag our timer back to the beginning and let's see what this looks like.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
Now that's going to start to wipe away, but that looks pretty cool. All right, so we're going to delete this because what I want you guys to do, your screen should look exactly like this. What I want you guys to do is to add in a lower third super on your own video. So your lower third super should include your name and the word student below it. Let's see if you guys remember how to do that. On your marks, get set, go ahead and add it. All right, let's see if you guys were successful. So if you added your lower third super, it should look exactly like this when you play back the video.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
All right, and as our lower third wipes away, you guys can see that the video is going to continue for a little bit after the lower third super goes away. That is 100% okay. All right. What happens though if we want to add text and not have any video behind it, if we just want text on the screen? There's a really easy way to do that using WeVideo. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our toolbar and we're going to click on text. It's the little A in the square box here. So if we're going to click on that and then we're going to go to the starter folder, and this allows us to put in some basic text. So same thing, we're going to drag this into our Video 2 window. Oops, hung over the edge a little bit there. It goes to our Video 2 window. And now we can modify the text just like we did before by double clicking on it. You can change the font. You can change the font size. I don't recommend changing the line height or the spacing or anything like that, but the font and the size are things that you can change. And the big thing is that you can change the text that appears. All right, so we're going to put in just Blue Moon and be done editing. All right, so let me show you guys what this looks like now. If we scroll over to the end of Mr. Maylander telling you guys that if your favorite flavor isn't Blue Moon, that you're wrong, and it's going to pop over to our text screen.
But if it's not Blue Moon, you're wrong.
All right, and it pops directly over to our text because there's no video behind it, right? You guys can see on the timeline that the timeline is going to display whatever is there. So right here in our timeline, it's displaying both text and video because they're both there. Here it's only the video because there's no text, and here it's only text because there's no video. I know that sounds confusing, but visually it should all make sense if you take a look at the timeline. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. What I want you guys to do, because your screen should look exactly like this right now, what I want you guys to do is to go ahead and add text so that way it's the only thing showing on the screen after your video clip ends, and the text should be the ice cream flavor that you said was your favorite. You can modify the font and the font size if you want to. You don't have to, but you're going to add text to your video so that way after the video clip of you talking is done, the only thing that appears is text. Okay, that's your goal. On your marks, get set. Go ahead and do that. All right, so if you guys did that correctly, let's go ahead and see what that should look like.
You're wrong.
And then it should switch over directly to your text. Now, this text is appearing on the screen for a really, really long time. What if we want to adjust the length of a clip? Well, that's really easy to do. All you have to do is go ahead and click and drag, and you can shorten the end of a clip. I can make this 3 seconds. I can make it 5 seconds. And I can make it however long or short I want it to be. What I want you guys to do is I would like you guys to adjust your clip to 5 seconds. So whatever text you guys chose for your ice cream flavor, adjust that text so that it stays on the screen for 5 seconds. All right, on your marks, get set, go ahead and do that. All right, so if you guys have done that correctly, if you click on the edge of your text, it should say 5 seconds long. And now when we go back and we play our clip, it's only going to appear on the screen for 5 seconds instead of the usual 8 or however long it was. Now, the last thing I want to show you guys in terms of messing with your video clips is the cut feature and how important this is. So one thing you guys probably noticed about Mr. Maylander's video when I was actually on the screen is that I included a lot of information that I didn't have you guys say, right? So if we wanted to cut the video So that way the only thing in the video is me saying my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon, and I didn't want any of that extra stuff. There is a way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to the point in the clip where we want it to cut, which is right about here. And then if you guys notice on this little blue slider, they're called the playhead, there is a little scissors. If you click on the scissors, that's going to split the video right where the scissors is, or right where the playhead is. Now I've got two different chunks of video. This is super useful, especially if you guys make a mistake. That way you don't have to keep importing new video clips, right? You can just use the same clip and cut out your mistake. Super useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete that extra part, and I'm going to shorten this. And then we're going to put this right over here and see what this looks like now. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
All right, there we go. I cut out all of that extra text. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys how to do is to add an audio clip. Now, why would you want to add an audio clip? Well, there's two reasons. One reason is to add background tracks, like in terms of background music, and another is in terms of doing a voiceover, if you're going to add your own narration. So to add an audio track, all we're going to do is go up to our taskbar and click on audio, and it's going to give us some free music to choose from. So you can choose any of these files, and we're going to drag it into audio 1. All right.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
Now that is way too loud, right? So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to turn that audio down. And to do that, we're going to click on the master mixer right here, and we're going to drag this down to about, 20% or so. So now let's go ahead and play that back and see what it sounds like.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
Now that sounds a little bit more like a background track and a little bit less like the intro to a rock concert, right? So what I want you guys to do on your video now is you guys should add any one of the audio tracks that are available, the free tracks. I want you guys to add it to your video, and I want you guys to lower the volume to 20%, so that way it actually displays as background music. All right, on your marks, get set, go ahead and do that. All right, let's see how you guys did. So if you did it correctly, that volume shouldn't be loud or overpowering. You should still be able to hear yourself talk. Let's see what that looks like.
My name is Timothy Maylander, and my favorite ice cream is Blue Moon.
There we go. All right, so it's nice little background music, and it's not overpowering. That's the important part. Now, one thing to notice is that our audio track is super long. We want to go ahead and shorten that up so that the audio track is only as long as our video. But we can't do that because we can't see the edge of it. Well, again, remember to adjust the size of your video. You can zoom in, that's going this way, or you can zoom out, going this way. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find the end of our audio track here and go, we're going to shrink it down right to the edge of the last video. Now you guys are going to be noticing that if you get close, it's always going to like jump like right there, how it jumps to the edge of that video. It does that because we have the snap or the magnet turned on. If you guys turn that off, which you shouldn't do, it'll create those little gaps where where things don't line up just right. So WeVideo automatically has it so that it's set up so that the magnet there, the snap is turned on. Keep that turned on, okay? So once we zoom back in, now our audio is going to end right when our video does, which is exactly what we want. All right. The last thing I want to show you guys how to do is how to add another track if we need to. You probably won't need to add another video track, but if you do need to add another audio track, you can click on this little plus button, and we're going to shift to an audio track. And in our timeline, we've now got a new audio track. Why would you want to do that? Well, if you want narration to go over your audio track, now you have a place to put that narration, and you can control the volume independently of the background music. Awesome. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get back to our project here. All right, a couple other things I want to show you guys how to do. I also want to show you guys how to add images. The way to think of images is images are just like video, right? Because video is just images in a series. So images are treated the same way as video. So if you guys need to import a video or import images, that's what we're going to take a look at right now. Importing is an easy process if you guys have it in your Google Drive. So if you guys shoot your own video on a cell phone or anything like that, just be sure that you can find a way to get it into your Google Drive. Now I'm going to show you guys how to import. So all you need to do is go to import here. I did that by right clicking, and then we're going to import from Google Drive. So I'm going to show you guys how to import a video. Here's a doggo video that I found. And it's going to take a little bit to process and to edit that, but once it does, that video is going to appear here. Okay? And if we want to import an image, figured we'd import a cute little kitten picture, we're going to do the same thing. Select that, and it's going to import the image as well. Now, when these are done processing, we're able to use these images and these videos in the timeline, just like anything else that we've created so far. All right, so if we want to add these things into the timeline, all you do is drag it and drag it right into the timeline. There you go. And now that doggo is in our presentation. Okay? And if we want to shorten that up, do the same thing. And if we want to add our cute little kitten, we can go ahead and add that too. And let's say we want our kitten to be on there for a little bit longer. Same thing. I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. All right. Now let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So if we click on play, we've got our cute little doggo video there. And we've got our cute little kitten there. Okay, the last thing I want to tell you guys about is copyright, because if we're talking about adding images or adding video, I want to make sure that you guys know that you cannot just go to Google and find any image or any video you want and plop it in. You have to have permission to do so. Realistically, the best thing to do is only use video or images that you yourself have taken. If you need to use video or images that you haven't taken, what you can do is you can use things that are called Creative Commons license. To find out a little bit more about what that is, we're going to go to creativecommons.org. So, Creative Commons, opt out of their email list. Creative Commons is a place where people can share information that is not copyrighted or that has a Creative Commons license. Basically, you can use it as long as you don't make money off of it. Okay? So, to search the Commons, you can look up just about anything on Creative Commons. Let's say you want to look up in Google Images, right? So we're going to do a Google image search for Blue Moon ice cream. All right, so if you guys were wondering what the heck Blue Moon actually was, here is an image that you guys can use about Blue Moon ice cream. All right, so that's Blue Moon ice cream. Now, if you guys just do a basic Google image search for Blue Moon ice cream, hey, do some of these look different? Yeah, some of these look like they weren't on our Creative Commons search. That means that a lot of these images you don't have permission to use. So be sure for this project, if you are doing an image search, use things that are Creative Commons licensed. You can use Creative Commons for audio, you can use it for video, and you can use it for photos. I'm going to go back to our WeVideo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the doggo and the kitten because you guys don't have that. So here's what your screen should look like. It should look like the two different texts that we've got on video 2. We should have our video on video 1, and you guys should have an audio track. Now let's say you guys made a mistake and you need to go back and you need to say, oh dear God, I screwed up, right? We call this the oh poop moment. If you have an oh poop moment, the Windows shortcut for undo, which is Control Z, works great. So let's say I didn't actually want to delete those doggo and kitten videos. I just hit Control Z twice and that undid my last 2 actions. Now I actually did want to delete those, so I'm going to go ahead and click delete. You guys can either click on the trash can there or just clicking the backspace button on your keyboard does the job too. Okay, I'm going to show you guys 2 things that we need to do in order to save our project. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to open, or we're going to go click on the little 3 line here that opens our file menu, and then we're going to click save. Now, you're going to probably need to title your project. I accidentally did that already. Right, so that is going to save your project. So now if we log out of WeVideo by clicking on the little icon here and go to log out, if I log back in, if I log back in, my project titled Blue Moon is there, and I can edit it, I can make changes to it, and I can do whatever I need to. Now, when you are all set, like completely done, like it's April 20th, 21st, and you're getting your video ready to export before our showcase night on the 25th, that's when you're going to go to Finish, and you're going to click on the button here to export it. Right? Don't do that until you're officially 100% done and ready to export. Because, as you guys noticed, if we go back to our home screen, you guys only have 5 minutes of export time. So if you export a lot and mess up, you might not be able to export on April 21st, 22nd, 23rd, whenever, and you might not be able to showcase your video. That would really suck. So, saving video, great idea, but clicking finished or finalize, not a good idea, right? Until you are 100% absolutely positively completely done. Okay, that's about it from me. If you guys have questions, you guys can ask your teachers. They should be able to help you out. They may send you to Mr. Maylander because I am kind of the WeVideo guru for the English department. If they do, my room is in 401. You guys are welcome to swing by anytime, but preferably after school is when I'm usually the best available. All right, that's all I got from you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. So that way I can actually say goodbye. Have a good one. It's been a pleasure teaching you guys how to use WeVideo, and hopefully this tutorial has been pretty helpful for you guys. Take care. Have a good one.